put these little goals for yourself. And then even I told them, I'm like, you want to buy something expensive, buy it. Just figure out how you're going to do it. You can do installments. You can do something pre-loved. You can do it. If you want to, you can do it. Don't hold back that little bit of happiness that you're going to get from buying yourself something that you always wanted. But
You can do that on an iPhone?
Apparently the new ones.
I'm on an Android, so...
Ooh, brother,
Sorry,
what's
sorry.
that, brother? I'll be back.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the Dollar Diaries podcast. Today we have an absolutely amazing guest with us. Somebody who's a special person to me. She is a tremendous mother, and she is a fantastic manager at Brazen MENA. Welcome, Salma.
Thank you, guys. I mean, soon to be very, very much senior, like junior account director level, but you never know. Maybe I'll take it all. Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be with you. First of all, Ghazala is like my favorite person to work with, period. So yeah, I'm excited.
Thank you.
Shoot.
So I just want to know and understand what your career progression has looked like so far. Have you always been in PR marketing? Or because I read that you worked in the beauty industry as well.
Here's the thing. My career actually started in real estate back in Egypt. Yeah. So I worked in Amar Misr, which is Amar Egypt, basically.
Okay.
Absolutely loved it because it was all about after sales services, customer support. And I even got promoted in less than a year because of how good I was when communicating with people. It's like, when you sit with someone and they start just talking to you and wow, why is he talking to me? When someone's comfortable with you, they're going to come and share their deepest, darkest secrets. So that's how my career started, actually. It was in somewhat communication, but I studied business and marketing. I loved international business law. I would love to have a career in that. But in Egypt as well, it was very limiting. So when I moved to Dubai, I was a newly bride. And for me, living in Dubai was like, I will never live in Dubai. And then I can never live anywhere but in Dubai. That's how the mentality shift happens. And I was not working. I was just chilling, gave birth to 2 beautiful daughters at the time. Now they're more of demon teenagers. You know what I mean?
You have teenage daughters?
Yes. So my oldest is 13 and my youngest is 11. And that is the new age of teenagers. It's not about the 13 anymore. It's about just how mean they become, how fast and mean they can come, and how smart they are. So when I started working in the beauty, I've done it as a hobby at the beginning. I studied professional makeup, skincare, facial anatomy. I've done that for fun on the side, as a love project, if you want to say. And it was one of those things that I absolutely thought that, this is never going to take me anywhere. And I started getting calls from magazines, doing their shoots, brides who want to get glammed up, people. I'm like, really? You guys want to pay me? I'm like, oh my God. And that's how it started for me. And never really thought of a career. This is not going to be my career. I don't get it. And in 2015, I actually had to work. After it was in December, I took the decision, of course, early 2016, because late 2015, I lost my daughter's father, which he was the breadwinner. I wasn't. So I didn't have anything, no savings, nothing, basically. So I needed to find something that will get me money. And it was the beauty that opened the door. And my first, I would say, glimpse of hope when it comes to work, it was with L'Oreal Middle East. And there was a passion project that they used to support. And it was in collaboration with Dubai Women Health and Children Institute. And it was basically, it saved me. I don't know how to say it, but that job, that position, it was just like a 6-month program. It saved me because I was already struggling with why everything was happening. And I was trying to be like this strong person. And I tried to be like, you know what, everything's going to be okay. And there you're put in a situation where women have been victims of family violence, have been neglected, have had special cases and special needs, and have been just let go by their family or put in that place. And they put me in there to show them their beauty, to teach them about makeup, to teach him about skincare.
Oh, wow.
And what it started as like, oh, this is how you do your eyeliner, ended up being, this is how you speak, this is how you talk, this is how you take care, you're beautiful. Like all these words of affirmation that are now trending, like I am healthy, I am wealthy. Forget about it. Like if you actually know how much joy it brings a person when they can help and there's nothing in return, and you know that you made their day, no money in this world could amount to that happiness or that smile, because we have we're blessed to live in a country like the UAE, but there's a lot of people who are underprivileged. We're not living in gold castles. We're actually hustling. We're actually working. We're actually building our families. And some people are here also like to build their empires. So kudos to you guys. But for me, it was never about, I need to be that person. I need to have that certain, lifestyle or this amount of money. I was just like happy and content. And I was doing something that I absolutely loved. And then I started a full-time blowout with Lancome. So this was like my first full-time in the UAE, like ever. And it was in 2017. And I was a training manager and a makeup artist. And it was mainly training about makeup. And I was like, okay, 300 people. I need to talk to 300 people. And I need to teach men and women. Because again, in like the sales game is where the beauty lies. Or basically, like if you don't make the basket or whatever amount, it's like a target that you have to hit. It's one of those things that you just need to. It comes with a job. And it also puts a lot of hats on you. Personally, like you have to be the salesperson, you have to be the marketing, you have to be the PR, you have to be the social media, you have to be like everything when you're doing these events, because whether it's a VIP like event for some top clients or whether it's just a generic one, it needed to be top notch all the time. You needed to be on ground, you needed to communicate and talk to people, which is the number one rule in PR. And
somebody here does not know that.
So I know that wage gap is a thing in other countries.
Yeah.
But over here, it's more race and
I'll
nationality.
When it comes
culture,
to,
right?
It depends where you're working. It depends on the industry. And of course, there is mafias, whether you like it or not.
What do you mean mafia?
So you have, for example, a specific nationality that's leading in a company.
Okay.
They're going to start recruiting from their same nationality because they've seen the result. It works for them. And then you have the image. Like, who do you want to have as client facing?
Okay.
It depends on also what you're selling. It depends on who's behind closed doors doing all
the back end work.
Exactly.
Okay.
So is there a bit of a struggle when it comes to, I wouldn't say promotions, but job selection? Yeah, because I've been in it. I remember one time I was applying for like a TV presenter role, because I used to be a TV presenter among other talents that I have. But I was literally told on the phone, like, oh, we have already an Egyptian presenter. I don't think we need to. Just like, what Jesus? What? And yeah, it does happen.
Okay.
It does happen. And it does happen. Sadly enough, it's not spoken of, but some companies are really respecting that. Some companies are just like, you know what? Who was with me when I started? Let's just bring more of them. That's it.
But do you think gender is an issue, or mostly it's that?
Again, when it comes to industry, like I honestly believe when it comes to PR, gender is an issue because we're just
not
good
as
at
much
it.
as the Western culture, right?
I mean, who are we to actually compare what the Western are doing, since half of the PR is shit? Like, have you seen this Trump campaign? Have you seen the $50 million condom allegations on Palestine? Like, oh, yeah, you guys need to like research. The team of Trump said that Gaza is wasting $50 million on condoms. What are they going to do? Where are they going to do it? They have nothing, nowhere to go. They're literally intense. And their PR team is dumb. So if you're going to compare the Western media, I mean, I'm not going to put all Western media, but just look at the US. The US PR is just like, I don't know. They should definitely change whoever's in charge. But if we're talking about, let's say, like governmental entities versus lifestyle versus, I don't know, like F&B, hospitality, I don't think that men are as strong in PR. as women are.
Mm.
We are naturally born multitaskers. We have more brain cells, no offense, and we know how to communicate way better. And
Handle crisis.
I wouldn't even say handle crisis, but we're on top of it. We know how we can actually see that, okay, this is going to happen. How are we going to,
the emotional aspect of it that goes.
if you say emotional aspect, people are going to say like, oh, do you mean you're too emotional? So I just realized that when you say emotional, sometimes people like, oh,
associated with
exactly.
women.
Like women are too emotional. Like, okay. And it's because of the emotion we are driven. It's because of the emotion we're actually using our heart and our brains. We're not only thinking about the rationale, we're only thinking about what's good, whether it be for the health of a company, whether it be for the health of, the better good. We're using both organs equally. And I don't think that's a bad thing. When I'm called emotional, 100%. Do you rather be talking to a cardboard? No, right?
True.
Sometimes talking to a man is like talking to a wall.
Just continuing on that, do you think now people have become much softer?
Yeah, the men have become really soft, like really, really soft.
In some aspect, that's a good thing, right?
Yes and no. So if a man becomes soft, what do you think the women have to be?
A bit more stronger.
So what happens when a woman becomes too strong? She doesn't need anyone.
Mhm.
She doesn't need a man. She doesn't have to rely on a man. The independent, this whole thing about like a strong, independent, as if woman, like all of that. Honestly, do you think strength was the first thing I would choose when I wake up in the morning? Oh, today I'm going to be strong. No, I want to be soft. I want to be vulnerable. I want to be like 100% in my female element. But if I'm not allowed by society or my circumstances, I won't be able to. And once you put these pants on, so difficult to get them off because your expectations of yourself and everyone around you is going to be here.
Increase, yeah.
And it will be so unfair to grab people and tell them, this is where I am, this is where you should be. So when men become soft and women become strong, the whole thing shifts. It's like the balance that we were raised with or normally know is gone. And then you hear this soft spoken man say something like, oh, let's do 50-50. Sorry, what? You want a 50-50?
Salma, do you believe in 50-50?
Listen, if it's a temporary thing and you're supporting your mans, it's fine. But he better know, and you make it very obvious and audible that 50-50 is not where I want to be. 50-50 is where I ever think of myself in the future. And even as per our religion in Islam, a man is 100% the provider for the family. Yeah. If a woman chooses to work or not, it's not against her to do it. And it's not like mandatory for her to do it. But what she earns, guess what? Is hers. What he earns is what? Theirs. So at the end of the day, like, I really don't think the 50-50 concept works if you want to have a long-term healthy relationship with boundaries. Because without boundaries, you're going to find yourself like, oh, fighting over, I got the groceries last week, you didn't. And if I ever hear that, that is not a relationship. That's just like a partnership of two people living under the same roof, splitting bills, trying to survive.
Making sure everything's even. That's how it works.
I mean, why would you want to make anything even or equal?
So what would be the split in your case?
It depends on the circumstances, but
ideal.
For me, it has to be the woman. If the woman wants to contribute and is contributing, make sure she is doing it from her own, not being pushed on it. And trust me, if a woman is safe in a relationship or in an environment,
she will want to provide.
She will do above and beyond. I mean, let's just talk about gifts. The effort, the thought, the money that goes into a woman gifting a man, like her boyfriend, her husband, her father, her brother, whatever, is very thoughtful. Okay? What do you hear men saying? What do you want? What can I buy you? Just tell me. Women pick up on things. I'm like, oh, last year on the boat, he said he loved the color blue with the hint of gold. She will remember that. It's clicking. And then she will go look for it, search, make the effort and do it. Majority of men don't do that. 100% of women do that. So that just tells you that we are definitely better. Just that's it.
Have you come across influencers that have asked for unreasonable perks or like an unreasonable compensation, and you're like, how do I deal with this?
God,
and it's
100%.
a macro influencer, not just someone you can.
Yeah. So here's the thing that is also an issue in the UAE or in the GCC.
Mm-hmm.
It's always about what's hot now.
Okay.
But not about the actual future. That's why one of the biggest things that I've seen that don't make sense. If you have a budget of, I don't know, 10 million, and that 10 million could last you for a 7 to 8 months campaign, would you want to spend all of that on one mega influencer or two mega influencer? Or would you want to actually play it smart on who has the highest engagement rate? Who is closer to the brand? Are they brand DNA? What is the ROI? And the credibility. If I don't see people talking about the same product, different people, over and over on a span of 6 months, why am I buying? For example, one of the things that I came across is now the smaller accounts are charging even more than they should because they know their engagement rate is higher. Because what happens is no matter how big your account becomes, unless you're Jason Derulo, you don't get as much interaction as a smaller account gets. Okay. And the smaller account has more eyes because also people got bored of the 1 million, 3 million, 4 million pushing products down their throat. And I get that the people are going to be upset about it, but if you want to build a successful campaign, whether it's a new product, whether it's a service that you want to put in, don't just reach out to specific gender, specific age groups, no, reach out to those who fit the brand, which a lot of brands sadly don't. They just go with the stars. They just go with the shiny ones, the ones that are like big already. But what are you gaining from that? It's already expected. Brands are underrating a lot of the influencer and content creators on the smaller scale rather than actually focusing on that. They'd rather go the easy route. And yeah, it is so much easier for them to pay one person that they know it's going to be like bombastic rather than actually investing in researching who works for the brands, who is the best ideal one. It's really unfair because what happens is these mega influencers, these influencer celebrities / macro whatever, start asking for ridiculous amounts of money, ridiculous amounts. Like the entitlement, the self-entitlement is unbearable. Sometimes you would hear like, oh, I need $10,000 to do one video. I'm like, okay, that's great. That would be mirrored, right? No, mirroring is an extra 5. It's the same content. Mirroring the same content costs half of the original content. Why? She's like, yeah, that's my platform. And that happened with 2 influencers. One of them was...
And this works for them because people actually pay them for it.
Yeah, because brands
Want the easy
are
way
not
out.
learning. One of the influencers was... I wouldn't even say he's an influencer. He's just very well off with a lot of resources, travels the world, and he can afford whatever he wants. And now he's an influencer. And brands are just like dying. He doesn't need the money. And guess what? He's going to ask for so much money. Absolutely ridiculous. And brands are going to be like, thank you for choosing us. That's not how it is. And usually one of the things that I've seen also as a big mistake is when brands do a hit and run campaign. So a hit and run campaign is when they just do one mega launch, 7, 8 influencers all at the same time talking about it, and they stop. And then sales go silence. Up. And then what you want to have is
it's
something...
very instant.
Yeah.
The gratification.
What you want to have something is like a domino effect. The domino effect, which is really underrated, is like once that domino goes, everything will follow. So you have to start with this step first, and then this, and the pre-launch, and then the launch, and then talking about it, and then reaching different levels of influencers, not only the beauty or fashion, no, the lifestyle, the fitness. Because guess what? A woman is still a woman. A man is still a man. Whether he likes cooking or likes engineering, they all want to eat out, or they want to get fit, or they all have their personal dreams and goals. So if say like, oh, she's a mommy influencer, don't come near her. She is not like, do you not know if an influencer or content creator is significantly called a mommy influencer is actually good? Because whoever is following her, trust her and will buy whatever she says.
Because she's got the title mommy.
Exactly. Even if she's talking about a hair serum and she never mentioned anything, people are going to be like, oh, wow.
She uses it.
She uses it.
Yeah.
It's the trust factor.
You know who's the spenders? It's the moms. Because the mom buys for the kids, buys for herself, buys for the husband. So, excuse me? You guys don't know half of the things that are even relevant when it comes to PR campaign. It's not only about like, oh, how many followers? Oh, what's this? Oh, what's that? What's your country breakdown? What's this? At the end of the day, who are you reaching? What's your target? Do you know? So all these things sometimes are mixed up by brands. And sadly, the big brands know it. The agencies know it. But once a client is on a case of someone, no matter how much you counsel them, if they want it, they want it. If you want it, you got it. That's how it works. But at the end of the day, you have to do your best, like counsel as much as you can. But it's irrelevant. No, 100%.
Coming back to the influencers charging a lot, I know I've heard from a few influencers themselves that they don't really charge for the content. Their argument is that we are charging for the brand, which is themselves, because they started at a time when nobody else was out there. Good for them. And it's their face that's selling, which is why they charge that much.
I mean, that is one good strategy to go with. But at the end of the day, if you're charging because you are the brand, you're literally dimming the brand's light. If I am the one who's, for example, like given this mic, and this mic is the best brand ever, and it's so good, and the brand is very well known, and I look at myself as I am the brand, what am I as a person doing for the actual brand? So you have to really realize that some people are egotistic, see themselves in like, I am worth so much more. I'm like 100% good for you, but you also have to be realistic. I know I should be earning X amount of money. Am I earning that X amount of money? No. But am I working towards reaching that? 100%. But am I going to barge into my manager's office? I'm like, if you don't pay me this, I'm leaving. It's the same when it comes to content creators or influencers creating content. It is their job, but it has to be within the reason of, like, if I accept a brand dealership and they say like, oh, we want to pay $1,000 for a video. I'm like, that's not my rate, but we can discuss and we reach a level of communication. But if a brand comes and like, this is the only money I have, I don't have any other option, and it's very, very low, I have the right to say no and walk away without feeling any guilt. Because once people know how much you charge, they're going to like, oh, okay, so she takes a very good rate, or a cheap rate, as they say. And all the campaigns that are going to be coming towards you are going to be the same rate. So you have to also know, is it a long-term partnership? Is it just a hit and run campaign? So usually when it's just a one-off, it's always going to be more expensive rather than a full-on like 6 months partnership, because then you can leverage of the longevity.
And then you build the connection and the relationship.
Not only you build the connection, you build the credibility that everyone is lacking. Like, why am I even here? Why am I on this story? Why am I watching? Am I here because of the mega influencer, or am I here because I really want to know this product, how it reviews? So you have to ask your question to the agency or to the brand. Why are you here? Why are we here talking about this person? And what's the ROI for the brand? What's the ROI that, is it commercial? Is it, increase of sales? Is it footfall?
I don't know. You mentioned that a lot of influencers get very egoistic with all of these things. I don't know if you can name names, but who's the most humble, famous influencer that you worked with who is actually very big?
Funny thing is, last couple of, I would say, months, we've been working with the smaller ones because of the engagement rate. And some of them were so nice. Some of them were just not. I remember someone who has like 20,000 followers asked for more than someone who has 500,000 followers. Oh yeah. And his argument was, I work with luxury brands. And I went back to the client. I'm like, this is his argument. And I remember she's like, just tell him this is all we have. If he's in. If he's not, it's fine. Guess what?
She came in.
Oh, yeah. And it was a fraction of what he was asking. Yeah.
So he just shot his shot.
I mean, sometimes people do,
And if it hit, then...
you know what? They're smart, they're slick.
Mm.
But what they don't know is like, there's a team who's on ground, ears to the ground, listening to everything, knowing what's happening, who's saying what. So who you fooling, fool? Who you trying to fool? That's it.
How long have you been in this industry for?
Funny thing is, I was a steady, strong content creator for a very long time. I used to do videos every day. And I was just doing other jobs. I was working on media and training and marketing. I never really realized I'm like good in PR. And during one of the events that I attended, it was a brand owner that was on ground. And if anyone knows me, and everyone who knows me really and sees me in real life, I am the same damn person. Like, I am so loud, energetic, in your face, welcoming, making people have a good time. Because, like, we have so much shit in our daily life. I just want to let that out. I don't want people to be like thinking about, oh, what does that person think of me, or that. I just do whatever I want. And it also came from a lot of,
Stuff that you've gone through
exactly.
in life. Yeah.
But when I was approached by the brand, they're like, we want to create a role for you. That was the first time I heard these words. I'm like, wait, what? You want to create a role for me? And she's like, yeah, I think you should be like influencer and PR marketing manager. I'm like, you know who you're talking to, right? No PR experience whatsoever. She's like, I think you got what it takes. And I've never felt that urge. I'm like, oh, maybe I am more. And guess what? I am so much more than I already am, because I know this is just one of those steps that I need to take to wherever I need to go or whenever I need to be. But I got into PR by a sweet accident. That's how it is. I just attended the event and being myself landed a job. That's it. And even at the time, I had a full-time job. I wasn't freelancing. And I was in media. And even my manager was like, you can't leave us. I'm like, actually, I can't. So yeah, that's how it started. It was by accident. I never really thought that PR was going to be it for me. But I think nothing is it for me. This is just, if I wake up tomorrow and I want to act,
I mean,
I
you
will
started
act.
with real estate,
Yeah.
got into beauty, PR. I think you said
marketing, TV, media. I was a TV presenter. I was trained. I was a trained professional TV presenter. That was my favorite job. I'm not going to lie, because I talk a lot, like a lot. And it was one of those things that I was just like naturally good at, but I got even professionally trained. And the TV channel lasted for 7 months before bankruptcy.
Oh, okay.
That was a heartbreak. And then I was applying for other jobs as a TV presenter. And then that's what the comment that I received, like, oh, I think we have already an Egyptian one. I'm just like, okay. So yeah. So I got into a lot of things, and I think I can get into a lot of things
More.
And like, I don't have a limit when it comes to career. And I don't think that studying PR, marketing, media, advertisement, sales is relevant to anything, because whatever you studied in university is at university. Whatever degrees or whatever scholarships or all of that, like life,
You leave it back and then...
whatever you learn in uni is like more of like, you know that pamphlet that you get with medicine, how to take, when to take, please don't overdose. That's uni for work. Because what you learn in the actual job on the actual ground is absolutely nothing to do with...
Nothing compared to what...
Absolutely. So
what you learn.
So that's why I'm just like, I mean, I know a lot of people like want to go to like very expensive universities and pay a shit ton of money. And I'm like,
That used to be
that's what my parents did. And I was like, you guys should have saved the money, because I'm pretty awesome. I mean, I don't even remember anything I learned.
What did you study in university?
Marketing and international business.
Oh, right.
The only thing I remember was the business part because of my teacher. So it always goes back to people. People are the reason why you're good at something. If they teach you right, if they talk to you, if they communicate, khalas. But if it's someone who just comes in, does a lecture, I'm just like, oh, this guy. So yeah, I mean, I remember I had an amazing professor. Allah yarhamha. She passed away, I think, around 7 years ago. Her name was Miss Inji, and absolutely loved her. I was her favorite student. I know it for a fact. Like, there's no way anyone can like take my place. And she always used to like give me words of, encouragement. And she used to love whenever like my phone would ring, because I used to have, do you guys remember when people actually had ringtones on their phone? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't know what my ringtone is, honestly.
yeah, I was one of, no, I had custom.
Oh,
I had custom. I had like Nelly Furtado. Like my phone would ring in class and like, whoa, it was like a party. It was not just one of those like, ding, 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 ding.
Mine's the OG Nokia ringtone.
I mean, after a while, I just don't want to hear anything. It's just vibration. And if the vibration is a bit like intense, I was just like, what the hell? Kiati, I tell her, Kiati, please, your vibration is intense. She's like, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, just lower the intensity. But yeah.
You can do that on an iPhone?
Yeah, you can. Apparently the new ones.
I'm on an Android, so I wouldn't know.
Ooh, brother, ooh.
Sorry,
What's
sorry.
that, brother?
I actually prefer an Android. I never used to take part in those arguments, Apple versus Android, but I think an Android is so much
She's judging
user-friendly.
you.
I'm telling you, user-friendly.
Okay.
I'll give you this, guys. You guys got camera, but you got nothing else. That's it. I mean, it's not user-friendly at all. Like Google Play, really? Google Store? No.
What do you
Hey
mean,
Google.
no?
Even hey Google. It's like
in the office, Salma, I see her. She never types.
Okay.
She talks.
oh yeah.
Always. And I'm like, no, it's not
To
supposed to be a
Siri.
voice
No,
note.
it's not even that. I talk. I don't text anymore.
Even on WhatsApp.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, okay. Voice notes.
Yeah.
No, not voice notes.
What are you talking about?
So where's my humble phone? It's in my
Humble?
bag. Yeah.
Humble Salma.
Yeah, because it's a 13 Pro Max. It's very humble. And I'm not buying
because it's old now.
but not only that, it's not even I'm not even buying into like I need the 14. I need the 15.
Mhm.
I'm like, they're all the same.
Yeah.
So there's this feature
It's
on
like one
WhatsApp
new
where you
thing.
talk and it types for you.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
she
you guys
does.
don't got that. Sorry.
This
Sorry.
is what she does in the office every single day. And I'm like, cool.
Yeah, and like, are you
That's
talking to
actually
me?
so
Just let me be.
convenient.
I'm talking.
That's actually so convenient.
Yeah. And I talk to Siri like, hey Siri, please send a WhatsApp message to XYZ. Tell them that I will be there in 10 minutes. Your message says, you will be there in 10 minutes. Shall I send it? I'm like, yeah. That's it. But my favorite is Alexa. If we can have Alexa on a phone, oh y'all, you on
What's the
she's
difference?
smart.
Okay.
She's smart than Siri and whatever Google Android got. But Alexa has humor. Alexa's like my girl.
Oh.
Alexa's a millennial.
So
What do you
you're
mean
saying
Gen
Gen
Zs
Zs don't have humor?
We're funny, Salma.
Uh-huh.
We
I
crack
mean,
good jokes.
Voila, you got mean ones.
Oh.
You got mean jokes. I
That
mean,
I-
she might be silent, but once she cracks, she cracks. I'll send you videos.
What kind of music do you listen to?
Everything.
Really?
Everything. I listen. Okay, do you guys know the song Gasolina?
Yes.
Okay, do you know there is a remix by Tesher? Like an actual remix by
I
Tesher?
think so.
Let's play it.
You need to play it. Just Gasolina Tesher.
Oh my God.
It is just, and the thing is, I love all types of genres, and old or new, whatever. It has to have a good beat. If it doesn't have a beat, I just like. Do you guys know Sao Paulo?
Yes.
Oh my God, that
Did you
is-
listen to the new weekend album?
I mean, the one that just dropped yesterday. Girl.
No.
I have a 13-year-old. It's blasting all the time. She's like, oh, the weekend just dropped. I'm like, okay. Travis Scott just dropped. I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, trust me. And I let her listen to anything she wants with curses and everything. Because I remember me hiding my Dr. Dre CDs, my Eminem CDs, and just pretending to listen to Backstreet Boys all the time.
Okay, so when I was a teenager, I used to listen to One Direction. That was my
That was
band.
your choice.
That was my band. What do
Okay.
teenagers now listen to?
So it really depends because, for example, like my daughters are listening to Don Toliver, Travis Scott, The Weeknd. I try to give them a good round of everything, but also they're listening to like Backstreet Boys because I forced it. They for some reason there's a love-hate relationship for Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
mhm. Not
right
a fan.
Here, right here. Not a fan.
Not a fan.
But that's the thing. It's like whenever a Taylor song would come on a radio, Mama change it. I'm like, what is so bad about Taylor? I mean, Tay-Tay.
I respect her for the person she's become, but like I wouldn't sit and listen to her songs.
Yeah, it's just more heartbreak songs after the other, after one. The only thing for me, it's not anything. It's just like she has the same sound. It works for her because she built a fan base around it.
Mhm.
And if she does a bit of change, it might not be like accepted. Someone like Ariana, she started the same route, but she different level now. She cray. She's doing things that are borderline like
Even
too much.
Sabrina Carpenter. She
No, but
started.
Sabrina was always that blonde moment girl. She was never like sweet, bubble, heart, butterflies. She was never that. But now I think she tested the water with one song and it got really good. So the rest of them are just like,
Catching up.
like she's just coming down on men. That's what she's doing. She's coming down hard, but in a really nice way. So that's my like espresso. Excuse me? That's Sabrina? Yeah. So definitely, yeah. But when it comes to music, like I don't think people should be limiting themselves to just one type of music or genre, or even like attaching themselves to like a band. Like
That
for
was me in high school.
I was never a fan of One Direction.
the heartbreak is real.
Don't you think now people can actually see through the bullshit when it comes to multiple people promoting the same product, and the trust factor does not exist anymore?
Yeah, like we know it's all paid and people are.
Yeah, I mean, right now you can see it's a paid partnership.
Yeah.
Before it wasn't an option.
Okay.
Before people would be like discreet, and then we like the viewers, we'd have to like figure it out. But when it comes to
I just want to add on to that question. Why has that changed as well?
I think people are just seeing through the bullshit.
Okay.
They understand. But guess what? Back then, when there was no social media or influencer, it was just billboards and advertising and telesales and telemarketers and people knocking your door, your mom's door, like, hello, good morning. We have this new product. This is how it used to be. Now we have a platform to actually do it. So I don't want to hate on that in terms of like being a tool. It's just not done right. And there's not that level or the guideline that people can follow and say like, oh, this is quality material. Some of them are doing great on their own. Some are not. And some, for example, like one of the things that I would respect is talent agencies or influencer management or whatever, because they kind of also have that barrier between the brand and the influencer or content creator. And that barrier kind of creates the respect and the guidelines. And if anything is on a piece of paper signed by both parties, the quality is definitely different. Okay. Even if you're going to go and have a partnership with, 6 influencers at the same time doing the same campaign, this is called a disruptive campaign. Its aim is only to do, but it's not for people to actually go buy. It's not like, hey, buy this for us. And then you have the other ones who are like always on, which is like a hint at the back of your head. Like, oh, I heard, I remember. Did someone mention, do you guys, like when you sit among people and you told them, guys, did you see that new hair product or whatever? Yeah, I think I saw so. This is how the talks happen from the socials to the real life, and then from the real life to your next purchase online. And if you notice, like online purchase has been the number one ever since COVID as well. Like for me, I would rather have to go see it for myself and try it and buy it. And now I'm just like, nope, I'll sit home, wait for it, change whatever I want to change, because also online shopping has its perks. So having online advertisements throughout social media, throughout a reel or a story or whatever is normal. And even those who are hating on it, like, oh my God, I can't stand her, are still searching the same product and probably buying. It's like those who love to hate will always have something to say, whether it's about a campaign, an influencer, a car, a building, a country. I remember someone went and said, like, I've been to the UAE, so fake, so plastic, so And I'm like, where are you at? Where are you right now? You're not in the UAE? Good. One less dumb person. Yeah. I mean, this is the land of the Arab opportunity. This is where people come with dreams and hopes. This is why people come struggle and continue to struggle because, like, the bigger picture is when you look at it properly, it's so much better. The potential is endless. But if you're coming here thinking like, oh, you're gonna be rich, you're gonna be someone tomorrow, you're gonna fall in love and build a business overnight, mm-mm. That is like a fairy tale that will never happen. Because what we've learned that working hard actually pays off. And sometimes with a little bit of help of other people, which I'm not good at asking people for help whatsoever. But I think you need to learn to ask for help. You need to have a support system at work. We just need people in our lives. We don't need best friends. We don't need like boyfriends or husbands. We just need good people that listen. Maybe we'll meet them a couple of times a week, but we'll never see them again for the rest of our lives. Which brings me to a point, the whole community of having this bestie, social media bestie, whatever.
Very pretentious.
Very. You don't need to call out someone your best friend all the time. Your best friend knows.
Exactly.
And you can see her
once in 6 months and it'll be the same.
Yeah. You could be in different countries and you'd be like picking up the call as if it was like yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's just like one of those things that I just don't get it. I just don't get. What do you mean when someone tells me like, you're my bestie, I'm like, I have to think twice before I respond.
And there used to be this thing when I was in school, like you can only have one best friend.
Oh my God.
Everyone is a friend.
It's still an issue, by the way. It's
Oh,
still an issue.
Really?
Yeah. It's still an issue.
It makes no sense.
If like someone is like, again, it depends on, I've been in I don't want to say a toxic friendship, but it was it was a toxic friendship. And it was draining. I'm not joking. The day I left that relationship,
you could feel that off.
I just got up and left and never looked back, never tried.
What
I would
happened?
still see her. I would still see her around. I'm going to be civil and everything. But oh my God, I just felt so held back and judged all the fucking time that it made no sense to why is this happening to me? I'm like, I'm trying to be there for you. I'm trying to listen. I'm patient. I'm not reactive. So it took me 4 years to start to react. And when I reacted, it was explosive. So I am patient, but don't test my patience because you don't like what she's coming out with. So toxic relationships, toxic friendships, that is so 2023. Not for me, honey.
So, when this whole outburst of all these Korean products happened?
Yeah.
The sunscreen, yeah, all of that. Was that all paid? Or was that all genuine? And then suddenly it just died?
Actually, it's not dying. It's just being very well kept.
Okay.
So let me tell you something about Korean skincare. It works.
Okay.
It works. Simply
Salma's very good at
works.
beauty advice.
Yeah. Simply
Really
works. You can buy the same ingredient, same product, different name. One is $100, one is $10. They both work.
Okay. So it was very genuine, the entire thing.
It is. And it was never done on purpose. It just got its fame.
Okay.
But the Korean brands,
authentic.
for example, are so smart. They know who to reach out to. They know who to direct. They know that the GCC is not their target market. Yeah. So they're kind of ignoring the market a bit, which makes the market more like eager. Okay. So they start going and searching, which still comes back to, okay, we're making money. But once it's available to you, you're not going to want it. It's also that suspense. I'm like, oh my God, I need to get that lifting mask. Yeah. I saw it. It's so good. And people, influencers, would buy from their own pocket these products, travel to Korea to get treatments because they're so viral and people start following.
I want to do that. I want to go to Korea.
I mean, you're so young, to be honest. Like, the older you get, the decisions you're going to make are not going to be based on others, but actually what you want to do. So do I want to go to Korea? Hell yes. But is it because someone told me to? No. It's because I really want to do it. You choose your battles when it comes to like purchases. But for someone like me who is, I wouldn't say a serial shopper, I am a smart serial shopper. Like, I know how to shop, when to shop. I know how to control my purchases, and I know how to make that purchase smart and conscious. But when I, like my younger self, I would not buy anything. I would feel like guilty. I wouldn't like, and I'm talking about like 6 years ago, I would hold that money, try to save it in a box, don't spend it for the rainy day. Like I got kids, I have to like make sense of everything. And my relationship with money was so bad. And I'm sure a lot of influencers have a really bad relationship with money because either it's always there and like, oh, I can buy whatever. Or for example, when like something happens like a war on Palestine and no campaigns happening, no money, it starts to like itch because that's the only way they're making money. They don't have like stable incomes or a marketing firm paying for whatever. They're doing their job online, they're getting paid for it. So if that stops, they're not getting paid. So my relationship with money also was really bad because I felt like it's not like I shouldn't be spending or it's not worth it. It was like I shouldn't be putting my needs first. I should be putting my kids first, which was, it still is. I'll always put my kids first, but I realized that it's okay to spend. Having a healthy relationship with money, earning is meant for spending. And if I have enough, I'll definitely invest. But in the meantime, I'm investing myself in my happiness and my health because that's an investment that will always keep on giving. It's not a property that's going to be like tomorrow, 1%, after tomorrow, 0%. It's actually something that you have to invest in all the time. So the way you look, the way you talk, it has to be done for you, not for others. Like I wake up in the morning, figure out what I'm going to wear, go to the office, don't care, but it's just for me. Sometimes I even take all of that negative energy that I have and I compile a lot across the week, but nobody ever knows. And I just put it through, okay, this is what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to spend time. I'm going to sit it down. I'm going to start, putting this towards something good rather than just taking all of it and just like throwing it on someone else, which sometimes really hurt other people on the way. And taking the same energy on social media and ranting, which I've seen a lot of people do, is so bad. Like I won't want to see a rant with shouting and yelling and screaming. Like, there's those cool rants like, can you guys believe like I was stuck in traffic for like
The
10 minutes?
comedic rants.
Not the realistic ones. I don't
Okay.
want you to, again, let's go back to funny influencers and the way it's overly done. Like making fun of other nationalities all the time. It's like there's no
Boundary.
there's no stopping.
Okay.
And I've seen like funny podcasts. I get it. We all need the fun in it. We all need to laugh, but it's just like becoming so much and everyone else trying to be a comedic podcast or a comedian. I'm just like, dude, you're not funny. I know you. You're like boring. But I think funny comes from trauma. Like trauma funny is so funny. That's my funny. I am trauma funny.
What is your relationship with money right now?
My relationship with money right now is way, 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 way better. It's healthier. It's still stressful because when you're managing like a household or kids or what to do, what to buy, and this goes for groceries, sometimes it does get stressful and it tends like you forget about yourself and your own needs and not putting that little, 100 dirhams to go get your nails or your hair or whatever to yourself. Because we all live fast lives and stressful lives. And it used to be like, oh, I'm not going to buy anything for myself. That's expensive. Like I shouldn't.
But what about someone who's actually living paycheck to paycheck and they only have enough to survive?
They need to figure it out. Trust me, I was living paycheck to paycheck with 2 kids and a full-on living nanny and bills to pay and everything. You need to figure it out. You need to make a sacrifice of something. You need to literally look into, okay, what is my biggest like drainage and how can I minimize it? I moved all the way to Jabal Ali, a very nice apartment, just to lower the cost of that rent, that unnecessary rent. I can get a same room. The number one thing is like, is the school bus dropping the kids and picking them up from there? Good. Is it close to work? Good. And that's it. I don't care if it takes me an hour and a half, which it already does on Sheikh Zayed, to go anywhere because of traffic. But I need to also put myself first a little bit. And I learned to do that a little by little by little. And now I have my own things that I'm not going to compromise. I need to do my nails. I need to do my hair once a week. I need to get a massage, which I should, because my neck's killing me. But put these little goals for yourself. And then even I told him, I'm like, You want to buy something expensive, buy it. Just figure out how you're going to do it. You can do installments. You can do something pre-loved. You can do it. If you want to, you can do it. Or you can sell something that you don't use and buy something with the same money. So have a healthy relationship, girls. And thank me later.
Oh, by the way, I've never seen somebody shop smart on Shein as much as Salma does.
Yeah.
This is all Shein?
Yep.
Like, you will be surprised. And I've never
No
seen quality
way.
products on Shein except when Salma does.
I have not seen quality products on
But
Shein.
that's the thing. People also have this idea of like, oh, Shein is cheap. Shein is this. Shein is that. There
I
are
like Shein, but like I've never had good luck.
Quality-wise.
Yeah,
with,
same.
Yeah. But the thing is, you need to really start researching into what brands. For example, Misguided is on Shein. Misguided is really good quality, but they are available on Shein. They have so much brands that are really good quality, and they're not cheap. They're just very reasonably priced compared to going to an in-store like a Zara or Mango. You get that piece for like 3 times what you get from Shein. And the good thing is, it's not about Shein only, but it's about how you can shop smart, even designer. You have to wait for the sale. You have to know when you get the discount code, wait for it. You figure out how you're going to pay for it, whether you pay it with credit card, put it back so you get points, or pay it installments so you have a flexible payment plan. But figure it out. Don't hold back that little bit of happiness that you're going to get from buying yourself something that you always wanted. Right now, alhamdulillah, I buy what I need. If I don't need it, I sell it, take the money, buy something else. That's it.
Thank you so much for coming on the podcast, Salma. This was the most loveliest episode. Like, my
Yeah,
heart
we've
is
never
full.
danced on an
We've never
episode
danced on a
before.
podcast. My heart is literally full having you here. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much for having
Thank you
me.
so much for
I'll
coming.
be back.